Hey, it's your girl Priscilla A. Welcome to this episode of the Married to My Soap Opera podcast, the General Hospital recap for the week of November the 29th through December the 3rd. So let's start with Monday, which is actually Thanksgiving Day in Port Charles. So Marshall finds, TJ at the hospital, and he actually tells him who he is. Curtis walks in on it and then gets into it with Marshall. Drew finally actually gets a chance to see his daughter Scout, and he tells Sam and Dante about Jason. He feels really horrible that he made it back and Jason didn't. So Sam and Dante spend the rest of the day together with Dante trying to comfort Sam, and they actually have sex for the first time. Big move. Anna goes to tell Sonny about Jason, and they actually have a really heartfelt scene. And in this scene, you can just see how far Anna and Sonny have really come. They actually seem really, really close in this moment when she's confiding in him. Everything that she tried to do to save Jason and to see if there was any hope that he was still alive. So that was a very intimate moment between the two of them. Meanwhile, guess who gets to tell Carly that Jason is dead? You guessed it, Britt. And if you know Carly, then you can pretty much imagine how that went. So I'm not even going to say any more about that. You already know. Valentine shows up at the Quartermaines causing trouble. He's angry. He's hurt. And he tells the Quartermaine family that he has contested the agreement that he signed giving Brooklyn his shares of ELQ stock. And it has been voided. And he is back in as CEO. He also calls Brooklyn all types of low down dirty names in front of Chase, who comes to Brooklyn's defense and lays Valentine out cold. So that's it for your episode of Monday, November the 29th for General Hospital. Recap for Tuesday, November the 30th. So Sonny and Carly both know about Jason, and they're comforting each other and grieving together. Then Joss comes home for the Thanksgiving Day holiday, and they have to tell her, which is really sad. Drew shows up at the Quartermaines with Thanksgiving dinner. And all GH fans know what Thanksgiving dinner at the Quartermaines is. Pizza. So he has a reunion with Monica and the rest of the Quartermaine family. And, he's talking about how he and Jason finally bonded as brothers and as friends, and about the conversations they had while they were imprisoned in that dungeon together. So the family, of course, is devastated about Jason, but they're grateful that Drew made it home. Britt is sad about Jason, and Austin finds her doing something very un-Brit-like, crying in her office. So they have a moment where she tells him why she's sad and what happened, and actually realizes that he's somewhat, really related to Jason. So that's a good scene. In the meantime, other things going on in the hospital include Scott and Liesl Olbrecht reuniting in her hospital bed. And when I say reuniting, I mean reuniting in her hospital bed. Picture that. You definitely got to tune in to see it. And then later during this episode, they show a montage of Carly and Jason's relationship, which, y'all, it just had me in tears. I was just sitting there crying, tears streaming down my face from the very, first time they met all the way up through the engagement that they just had, almost becoming husband and wife for real. yeah, that was man, y'all. These last 2 days have been really sad. Just feeling Jason's death. It was really hard to watch. As everybody learns that he didn't survive, and so many people are grieving him, including a lot of you guys, I know. Also on this episode, Cyrus has the audacity to actually call Sonny to gloat about Jason, basically. I don't know how he found out, but he did. So Sonny is pissed, and he's livid. So that is your recap for Tuesday, November the 30th.
Prom's coming up. We're going, right?
I know my good two-shoes cousin ain't giving it up. Now me on the other hand.
How's everything looking? You know, I got to be in tip-top shape for my first college game.
It's one of the best quarterbacks I've ever coached.
Dwayne, we need to talk about your results.
Why, is something wrong?
Download the Louisiana Film Channel app now and let bon ton du lait.
Okay, so let's talk about Wednesday, December the 1st. So Dante was comforting Sam and told you guys that they actually ended up spending the night together. Ned, meanwhile, at the Quartermaines, realizes that Drew being back means that Valentine no longer has control of Scout's ELQ stock and her shares. So he and Olivia talk about using that to get out ahead of Valentine, to, try to get ELQ back. Sonny calls Spinelli over to ask him to basically trace the call that Cyrus made. And he doesn't realize that Spinelli doesn't know that Jason didn't make it back. So he breaks the news to Spinelli, who you guys, Spinelli is devastated. And he doesn't believe, that he doesn't want to believe that Jason's gone. But, Sonny tells him that Anna and her crew did everything that they could. Now, let's talk about the big event on General Hospital on Wednesday. That Thanksgiving Day dinner at Alexis's with the Cassadines. Wow, so Alexis was having a Thanksgiving Day dinner with Esme and Spencer and Sean. And then Valentine comes in and joins them for Thanksgiving Day dinner. And after him, Nicholas and Ava stop by, not wanting Alexis to be alone. And then, if that wasn't enough, Victor Cassadine stops by, announcing to everyone that he is alive. And not only that, he drops the big bomb, y'all, that he is Valentine's father and Valentine is a true Cassadine. Oh, wow. This was a Thanksgiving Day to rival the Quartermaines' normal Thanksgiving Day foolery. Carly and Britt both end up on the footbridge. And Carly is actually sharing a sensitive moment with Britt. She's no longer as angry as she was when she, first heard from Britt that Jason was gone and didn't make it back. So, I don't know how I feel about Britt being on the footbridge though, but it was a good moment between the two of them. All right. So that's it for your recap of Wednesday, December the 1st, 2021.
Are you interested in buying a home or a lease purchase? Do you need help fixing your credit? You need the real estate go-to girl, Priscilla Adams. Or are you interested in selling your home? Have you inherited a property on the verge of foreclosure, filing for bankruptcy or divorce? Do you need a quick cash sale? Are you interested in a career in real estate? Whatever your real estate need, call the go-to girl, Priscilla Adams, at 318-605-1120 or email padams@kw.com.
This is your recap for Thursday, December the 2nd. So Chase gets suspended for punching Valentine. Valentine reported it, and, of course, being vengeful, he pushed Mac into a situation where he ended up suspending Chase for that. Anna and Valentine catch up, and he tells her that Bailey is not his daughter. And of course, Anna is there for him, although she's shocked and surprised. But, she's there for Valentine. And I've got to tell you, finally, someone has realized that it would be way better to tell Valentine who Bailey really is so that he can help protect her. So Maxie goes over to the Quartermaines and is talking with Chase and Brooklyn, and she's realizing that this story with Chase being Bailey's father is not going to help protect Bailey and keep her safe from Peter, especially with Peter being in Port Charles, and that Valentine had the resources, the willpower, and the desire to take Peter out if it comes to that, which would keep her daughter safe. So she's second guessing whether they should continue the story. Drew goes to see Sonny and Carly, and they have a really nice reunion. And, Drew keeps feeling bad that Jason died and that he made it back. And Sonny and Carly tell him not to feel that way because he's their friend and they're glad that he's back. So he catches up with them, gets to meet Donna, and it just cements that friendship between the three of them. Sasha sneaks out to go and tries to sneak to go see her baby, but she falls out on the floor. So Brando and Nina actually come in and help her up and come up with this plan, and they sneak her to the NICU to actually spend some time with the baby, which is sweet. So the baby seems to be doing okay and holding his own, y'all. All right. Sam goes over to see her mom, and they catch up on their Thanksgiving days. That is it for your episode of Thursday, December the 2nd.
Hey, this is Victor Hill, aka Big Red, the car selling machine. We're over here at Nissan in Shreveport. We got 150 cars on the lot right now. So if you want it, we got it. Come see us today. Hey Ray, tell them what else we got going on.
Yeah, this is Ray Strickland, aka Mr. Deals on Wheels. Like my partner Vic said, we have a vast amount of inventory on the lot. We have a senior appraiser here doing top dollar for trade-ins. Come on down to Nissan where every day is a great deal.
Shake and bake.
Okay, y'all, this is your recap for Friday, December the 3rd. So Maxie runs into Drew at the Quartermaines, and they have a nice soft reunion, catching up as well. Valentine and Anna show up at the Quartermaines so that he can say goodbye to Bailey. And you guys know that is just such a touching moment because he loves this little girl so much, so much. And Maxie ends up walking in and seeing him say goodbye to Bailey and seeing his pain. And she rushes out of the Quartermaines saying that, this lie has cost people enough and has hurt enough people. So I don't know what she's going to go do. She did mention going to see Peter and confronting him face to face. So I don't know if that's what she's going to go do or what, but I guess we will see on Monday. You guys, we definitely got to watch Monday to see what happens. Sonny and Carly run into Nina at the hospital going to go see Sasha. But that's not the run-in that we really need to talk about, y'all. Nina runs into Peter at General Hospital, and they have some words. And Nina is no longer afraid of Peter. She never really was. She was just pretending to. But I'll tell you what she is afraid of. She's afraid that Peter has realized that Carly must not know the truth if Nina is still walking around Port Charles. And guess who walks up just as Peter is threatening Nina with knowing her secret? You guessed it, Carly. So, yeah, that is a pretty big cliffhanger. Can't wait to see how that goes on Monday. Also, just a little tidbit, Austin examines Peter. He ends up being Peter's doctor, and Peter realizes through conversating with Austin that he delivered his baby. And then he also threatens Maxie in the next breath, saying that he's going to get his family back, Maxie and Louise. So you guys, that is it for your recap of Friday, December the 3rd. This was a hard week because we're saying goodbye to Jason, but then this was also a good week because so many things are unfolding. So we will be back next week.